Hello guys, welcome back to calculus class. This time I'm gonna go over from question number 21 to and so on. Question number 21 is pretty simple. You have this one, as I said, if you have a limit, it's better for you to just plug in like here, but as you can see, it's gonna become zero. And it's not L'Hopital's rule thing. So what you're gonna do is, do you see, you gotta find out what equation that is. So basically what you're doing is you're gonna derive it. So you gotta find original equation, and original equation is always this one. That should be always negative. If it's a positive, then your original equation is negative here, okay? So do you see it's a negative? So it goes opposite sign, okay? So like that. And again, if it was a positive here, then you should have write negative here, okay? So think about this. So let's do this. What's the first derivative? Sine of 2x will become cosine of 2x times 2. And that's it, which is D. Easy, right? And question number 22. That's a slope field. And as I told you, this one is very easy. Only thing that you have to do is you just choose one random number. Do you see when, let me choose this one, which means when x equals 3, y value is equal, when this one, your slope should be also equal to what? 0. So let's plug in. If I plug in 3 and y equal to 0, is that 0 slope? No, so that cannot be the answer. If I plug in 3, so 3 to the third power, your y value is not going to be 0, so that cannot be the answer. If I plug in 0, so y, it's a 0 to the third power, is that going to give you 0? Yeah, so that can be the one of the option. 0 is equal to 0. Yeah, that can be the answer. So answer is going to be one of these two. So since we have this one, we are going to choose one of this number. Since it is matter of the square and cubic, I'm going to choose some negative y value. So let's say, let me choose maybe this one. Do you see this is a positive slope because it's going up? So it's going to be 1 comma negative 2. And I know your slope should be negative, okay? So I'm going to plug this one in. I don't have any place to plug in x, so I will only plug in negative 2. Negative 2 to the third power, you should get negative 8, which means negative slope. But do you see this is the positive slope here? So C cannot be the answer. So answer should be D, because if I plug in negative 2 here, negative 2 squared, which you'll get 4, which is a positive slope. So do you see this is a positive slope? So that's the answer. So that's how you do it. Like if I plug in 1 comma negative 2 here, you get negative 1 absolute value, which is positive 1. So you can actually get confused at this point, like at this point, right? That's why I always choose something that is at 0 slope first. Okay, so just choose 2 points, then you will be able to knock down all the answer choices. You will have this one question no matter what. So let's do question number 23. Oh my goodness, this is so. Now it's another one, something that Alejandro asked me questions. So it's about solid of the first quadrant. So we already know the boundaries. So it's gonna be first quadrant. So both positive number. Bind the y-axis and x-axis, and y equals e to the x. So we have a graph like this. And vertical line x equals 1. So let's say this is 1. You're gonna draw a line here. And for this solid, it's perpendicular to x-axis, and that is a square. What's the area of the square? It's the base times height. Because, you know, for the square, all sides are equal to each other. So s times s is s squared. Okay, that's what it is. So let's do one by one. You know, this is e to the x, and it is bounded by, and that's x equals 1 from, so here. Let's do the boundaries. Perpendicular to x-axis, so we don't have to solve for y. We're just going to go from 0 to 1, 0 to 1. And in this graph, as you can see, top equation is going to be e to the x, no matter what, minus bottom one is y equals 0, so it's a 0. But do I have to write it? No, so I'm not going to write it. Now, this represents the side. And we have to, what do we have to do? Square it. So we got to square it, dx. That's how you do it. Or if you don't like it, you just put minus 0 equal to 0, but it's same thing. So this is same thing as what? If I drive it, it's same thing as, wait, let me rewrite it. 0 to 1, e to the 2x dx. And when I drive it, it's going to be e to the 2x over 2 from 1 to 0. So let's do this. It's same thing as e to the 2 times 1 over 2 minus e to the 2, 0 over 2. So e to the 2 over 2 minus e to the 0 becomes 1 is the 1/2. Yep, that's it. So which one of this one is going to be the answer? Yeah, it's pretty simple. You should know how to convert this one into the answer. So yeah, I only see the answer. So go ahead, that's the answer. Now, question number 24. Oh, it's simple. What is the value of this one gonna be? So this is a regular graph. You're gonna anti-derive the first one, right? So this one is the same question that I just did not explain well, like this portion. Try to understand this one if you actually do it. So I want to have, if I want to have a f of x, this one is same thing. F of x means this is what? If you anti-derive, this, not f of x. When you actually undo this one, dx, this is same thing as f of 12 minus f of 0, right? Because that's what antiderivative is. So that's what it is. So let's do this. What's the value of f of 12? So in this one, f of 12 value is here, which is -4, minus f of 0 is right here, which is 4, and -4 minus 4 is equal to -8. It's like this. Actually, it is different from what I showed you before, but it's somewhat kind of same step. So let's do question number 25. So here our equation of this one is a particular solution for which of the following differential equations. So you want to find particular solution for this. Let's do this. First, if you first derive it, this one is going to be 2e to the 6x times 6, right? And when you, which is 12e to the 6x. And when you second derive it, this one is going to be 12e to the 6x times 6, which is 72e to the 6x. So first, keep that, have this one with you. And only thing that you have to do is you have to plug this one into here and see if that is actually true. And you're going to find out. So let's do this. First, instead of y prime, I'm going to plug this one in. So this is same thing as 12e to the 6x minus 6 times. Now, instead of y, I'm going to plug this one in. E to the 2e to the 6x minus 5 minus 30 equal to 0. And let's see if this is true. So this is what? 12e to the 6x. If I distribute it, -12e to the 6x, -6 and -5 is positive 30 minus 30 equals 0. These two cancel out. These two, oh, bingo. That's it, A. I'll show you another one. So this is not going to be the answer for sure, but let's see how it works. Do you see this double prime? So instead of double prime, I'm going to put 72e to the 6x minus 2 times y prime is this one, 12e to the 6x, plus y is this one, 2e to the 6x minus 5, and we have plus 5. And see if they are equal to each other. That's what we're doing. And obviously, it's not going to be true because watch this. -2 times 2 is -24e to the 6x plus 2e to the 6x. Negative 5 plus 5 is equal to 0, so nobody cares. And as you can see, this is obviously like 50e to the 6x equals 0, which is not true, so that cannot be the answer. So answer is A. Oh, it's very easy. So let's try question number 26. What is the value of x at which minimum value this one is occurs at closed interval, this one? Oh. Yeah, let's get it done pretty quickly. So we have this one. So it is like closed interval, this one, right? So these are going to be the candidate. Another candidate is going to be you. First, you drive it. So what you're going to do is we multiply it. So it's going to be 4x to the 1/3 power minus 2, right? And then what you have to do is you have to solve for x. You have to set that equal to each other. You have to set it equal to 0, and then you have to solve for x. So it's going to be 4x to the 1/3 power equals 2. X to the 1/3 power is equal to 1/2. And in order to get it, you have to cubic both sides. You get x equals 1/8. So what you're going to do is, so you have a candidate. 1, 2, 3. So what you're going to do is, you're going to plug, so that's one number, another number, another number, and you're looking for a minimum, right? So you're going to see which one is the lowest number, okay? And again, the thing is, it's non-calculus session, so you don't really have to, so I'm going to use this one, obviously, original function. So 3, 0 to the 4/3 power minus 2 to the 0. That's going to be 0. And 3 to the 1/8 to the 4/3 power minus 2 to the 1/8. I don't even know what this ugly number is going to be, but what I know is if you have a higher exponent here, the fraction becomes a smaller number. And this one is another small number. So this is going to be most likely a somewhat negative number. It's going to be very small. Why is it going to be negative number? So it's going to be negative 1/4 here, 1/4. I don't even know what this is, but this is going to be somewhat like 1 over, like, let's say 1/20. And when you do this one, 3/20 minus 1/4, it's going to be negative number, slightly. But if you want to get accurate number, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. And 3, 1 to the 4/3 power, minus 2 and 1. This is going to be 3 minus 2, which is 1. So obviously, this cannot be the answer. This cannot be the answer. Obviously, 1/8, that's a negative number. So that's going to be the lowest number, minimum. And 0 is a 0. Because negative is smaller than 0. So that's about it, guys. If you have any question, just let me know. I'll go help you. I'm going to make last video after this. So that's about it, guys. I love you. Bye.